Hey guys, a quick story for you. During the snow on Monday, I was struggling to even get out, so I took a little walk to see what the roads were like near me, and there was this very fancy Range Rover, you know, blacked out windows. I must admit, it did look pretty cool, really shiny, hasn't been out much, lovely wheels on it. Now that was the problem. Basically, there was a hill. It was quite a steep hill, to be fair, but there's no way a little car would go up there, only a four-wheel drive or something with good tyres. Anyway, there's the Range Rover. I thought, let's watch this go up this hill. Cool dude. Anyway, gets about a quarter up the hill, spinning all over the place. Just can't get up there. Nearly hits the side of the bushes, because obviously a black car, that was Jovi Mark. Nearly hits the side of the bushes, but manages to sort of spin himself back and then rolls back down the hill. Actually, it was quite embarrassing, really. I'll tell you why, because big Range Rover, over 100 grand's worth, four-wheel drive. What's the point in having one of those if you can't get up in a bit of snow? Anyway, all of a sudden, you could believe a little Nissan Micra, right? I tell you, an old Nissan Micra, front wheel drive, struggles, but gets up the hill. You know, a 300 quid Nissan Micra, driven by, I think it was a fairly elderly person. I couldn't believe it. All right, it wasn't going up particularly easily, but it got up the hill. So a Nissan Micra, worth a few hundred quid, against a £100,000 Range Rover. The Range Rover couldn't get up there, and the reason being is probably because the tyres were low profiles. It was all tarted up with various extras, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not having a go at them, looks fantastic, but if I had a Range Rover, I'd want to at least get up a little bit of snow, wouldn't you? It's embarrassing. Anyway, that was a really funny story, and the Range Rover just managed to roll back down the hill, and then there came the Micra. Anyway, that was a true story, and I enjoyed that. I really did. I just wished I could have videoed it, but I couldn't really. But take it from me, a 300 quid Micra versus a 100k Range Rover, and the Micra won. Stay safe, everyone, and have a great day. Oh yeah, and also another little story. It was quite amusing. My wife went out to grit the lane, which was great, because that's the only chance we had to getting out, with a shovel and a wheelbarrow. Bless her. Anyway, on that hill, very similar to where the Micra outplaced the Range Rover, a police vehicle got stuck, and they were spinning everywhere, poor devils. They had no idea, to be fair, how to get up the hill, but they were in probably a front wheel or rear wheel drive Ford, so they struggled. But luckily my wife went to the rescue, dug them out, put some stuff down, and then the police officer got out, and he fell arse over tit. Now his hat went flying. He was quite a big lad, luckily. His hat went flying, and he fell straight into bushes, and the snow was all over him. And my wife was saying it was very, very amusing. I don't mean that in a bad way, because after all, she was trying to help them, but it was so slippery. His hat was full of snow, and when he put his hat back on, it was all snowy. I just wish we could have videoed it, but we couldn't really. But the police do a great job. But that was an amusing moment. Anyway, stay safe. The snow is nearly gone now, and let's get back to tarmac on the roads. Stay safe, everyone. Hi everyone. The snow in the last few days has been horrendous, and particularly where I live, as I'm quite rural, and I couldn't get out Monday at all, but managed to get to work on Tuesday. And also we had a test on Wednesday, prepared the pupil, and he passed and nailed it on Wednesday. We were a bit worried in case it was going to be cancelled due to weather, but luckily it went out. Well done, Bromley. And as I say, I'll post the result of that later. And tips about driving in the snow. Well, good tyres, intelligent driver, common sense, watch out for idiots on the road. And I mean idiots, because they're the ones that don't slow down due to the conditions. I've seen a lot of that. And of course, you can't drive at your normal speed. Keep your distance, take your time, allow yourself plenty of time for your journey. And above all, I've said this before, make sure your vehicles are up to scratch. Check out the route you're taking, check your weather reports. If they're bad, don't attempt to go out unless you really have to. Stay safe, everyone, and please enjoy the video. And there's a few tips on here about driving in snow and what to do and what not to do. And of course, the pupil who nailed it as well in the snow. Stay safe and have a great week. It's Thursday today, it's sunny, and no more snow. Yippee! Stay safe, everyone. It might look pretty out there. It's incredibly cold. Oh, and kindly the wife has started my car up. It's on a private drive. So what we do is we start the engine, let the heaters work, and and clear the windscreen and the snow or whatever and the ice, and it makes life a lot easier. But make sure you don't attempt to drive a car until your windscreen and windows are clear. It's -degrees again, so that means the roads could be treacherous, particularly in a rural area like this, but once you get out to the main roads, things should be a lot better. Anyway, stay safe, be careful out there, and I better get dressed and ready to go. Yee, wish me luck. I'm outside and the temperature is freezing. It's even colder than it was when it was snowing. As you can see, the cars are all iced up, but the engines are on. That's the best way. Let the heaters do the work. But obviously don't leave your car unaided in case someone comes and steals it. But we're on a private driveway here, so we keep an eye on things. Make sure the windscreen's completely clear before you attempt to drive. And it is absolutely bloody freezing out there, and those roads out there are going to be really tricky. I mean, this is the third day of the snow. I mean, we only had one day of it, but here we look like we're in the Arctic. Whereas the main roads will probably be fine. So my job is to get onto the main roads. So wish me luck as I attempt to drive these lanes again. Now, I'm in this 3-litre BM, not ideal for these conditions, but the good thing about this, it's got a heated screen, it's got a heated steering wheel, which is brilliant, it's got heated seats and headrests, it's got a lot of gadgets on it to keep you warm, but unfortunately hasn't got the traction out there, so not ideal. But again, if you've got really good tyres, the tyres are really good on it, but they're not snow tyres. But I think if we were going to get this weather on a regular basis, I think I'd invest in snow tyres, definitely. I mean, this snow came down on Sunday. A lot of places are clear. It's now Thursday, and look, we've still got loads and loads of snow out there. And just be careful when you drive. Just make sure that you brake gently, rev gently, and keep your distance, and maybe take provisions. Although I think a lot of the areas now are starting to thaw out and clear, which is great. Anyway, stay safe everyone, and wish me luck. I'm going to go on to the lanes in a minute, but I'm not going to go in this car. I'm going to go in my C3. Anyway, oh, it's nice and warm in here. Oh, it's lovely. Anyway, I think it's about -5, -6, I heard. Anyway, stay warm, stay safe, and safe driving out there. Hi, as you can see, I'm reversing out onto my lane. Can't believe the snow's still here after 3 or 4 days. And luckily, the wife has put down some grip, so I can get some traction. As you can see, this lane is quite rural, so it hasn't had much grip, but luckily, thanks to my wife, she gritted it Monday and Tuesday last week. Otherwise, I don't think any of us would have got out, so well done. Because the temperature's well below freezing, still got to be very, very careful. And what worries me is if I meet another vehicle, where am I going to go? If I have to go into an area where there's ice, I could get stuck. So very gentle braking, maybe first or second gear. Allow yourself plenty of time for your journey, and don't drive close to the vehicles in front. Right, now the fun and games will start. This lane has been quite icy, and oh, look at the lovely sun over there. It's a gorgeous day. Now it's hard to believe that it's Thursday and we've still got these conditions. But once you get onto the main road, it should be a lot better. But just look at the conditions. They are so slippery. And what worries me is if a vehicle was coming the other way, I may have to move out the way and go into ice and hope I wouldn't get stuck. So basically, I'm in second gear and I'm driving very, very slowly. I'm going to give myself time if I need to brake. The roads aren't really any better, and they're pretty cold, and it's freezing conditions. And basically it's the same procedure again. Go very careful, hope nothing comes along this lane, because I've got nowhere to go, and if I do go anywhere I might go into ice. And obviously I've only got a standard hatchback car, so standard tyres, although they're very good tyres, got plenty of tread on them, they're still only standard tyres. So God, when's this weather going to end? roads are okay around by Dulwich College. Pavements are slippery and some of the side roads are a bit iffy, but the main roads are fine. As you can see on this road, it's clear.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a side road any minute and you'll see the difference.
Yeah.
And we're going to practice a real skid, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I really thought all the snow was clearing. I can't believe it. This is probably the last of the snow now, folks. Now what I want you to do, I want you to brake. Try that again. Okay, brake now. Clutch down. See? See the way the car's sliding? A bit more gas. That's fine. Ease off the gas. Now brake. That's better. Tarmac at last.
Yeah, lovely.
Might be doing 10 miles an hour. Go a bit quicker. Bit more, bit more. Now hit the brake. Now see the way the car slid? It slid a good 2 yards or 3 yards at just doing 10 miles an hour. Anyway, folks, please do not try that at home. That was just a demonstration at 10 miles an hour on an icy road. If it really happens, then it's for real. Then you just follow the skid and try to steer through it. But always keep your distance and don't drive too fast.
Yeah, it's nice here, isn't it?
Beautiful. Hi everyone. What a few days it's been. It started to snow Sunday night. Monday I was snowed in because I'm quite rural, and then luckily managed to get out on Tuesday. Luckily the wife gritted the lane, so well done to her, and I managed to get out and do some lessons and prepare a pupil for his test on Wednesday. We were a little bit worried about the weather, but luckily the test went out and he nailed it. Fantastic result. I'll post that later. And tips about driving in the snow. Well, firstly make sure that you get all the snow off the car, off your vehicle. Don't leave anything on the roof because it can blow into other vehicles or blow onto your windscreen, and that can be very dangerous. Make sure your lights, everything's working correctly, tyres are good, and check the weather report before you go out, because you never know what it can be like when you have to come back. Don't drive at your normal speed. Watch out for idiots on the road. You might be good, which you probably are, but other people, I've noticed, they drive as if it's normal conditions. There's some real idiots out there, and be very, very careful. Give yourself plenty of time. Don't drive too close. Don't rev too much. Gently on the steering and brake gently, and that's all you can do. If you hit black ice, you hit black ice. Not much you can do about it. And of course, when you see snow on the road and then you see tarmac, sometimes the tarmac can be full of ice, so be careful. So my tip is, don't drive at your normal speed. Keep plenty of distance between the vehicle in front. Don't go out unless you really have to. Check the weather reports and make sure you don't steer or brake too heavily. Anyway, stay safe and please enjoy the video. Hi everyone, I've got a test at Bromley soon. I've been a bit worried about the weather, thinking that they may cancel. Most tests have been cancelled this week, but luckily the tests are going out. Great news. And the roads are fine. And the pupil's well prepared, drives well, so I'm very, very positive.
Just passed today.
Well done, well done.
Thank you very much, Nick. Lots of useful tips in Bromley, lots of good stuff. We're a bit worried today because it's pretty snowy around, but all went well and passed. Thank you very
Great
much.
stuff. Anything you can sort of recommend to anyone what they should do with lessons?
Just, well, get the right number of lessons, you need quite a few, and particularly working around the area. So for me in Bromley, we did quite a few lessons in Bromley. It was really, really useful. So definitely would recommend getting as many lessons as you can around the area. Just get to know all the roads and stuff. That's really, really helpful.
Fantastic, and safe driving.
Thank you very much.